So you just broke up from a long-term relationship, and right now it feels like your whole world is upside down. You're waking up every day with that heavy knot in your stomach, overthinking every little thing you said, everything you did. You might even ask yourself, did I make the right decision? Or why did this happen to me? The pain is real. The confusion, also real. But here's what you need to know. This breakup isn't the end of your story. In fact, it's the beginning of something bigger, better, and stronger. Right now you've got two choices. Either, you let this pain define you, or you let it refine you. So if you're ready to stop being a prisoner to this breakup and take back control of your life, then smash the like button, because I'm about to give you 5 steps to rise from this breakup stronger, wiser, and unstoppable. So make sure you watch to the end, because the 5th one, well, it's my favorite one and possibly the most important one. And by the end of this video, you won't just move on, you'll move up. But before we begin, if you want to know why your current partner, if you have one, should not be paying for your ex's mistakes, then make sure you watch this video right here after you finish watching this one. I'll leave a link down in the description and in the comment box as well. So without further ado, let's go over the 5 things that you should do after breaking up from a long-term relationship, or better yet, any breakup, regardless of the length of the relationship. 1, stop checking their social media. You got to begin with something most of us are guilty of: checking their social media. Yeah, I know you're doing it. Don't try and deny it. You're scrolling, through their Instagram, lurking on their TikTok, and maybe even creating a burner account just to see if they've moved on. See, every time you do this, you're dragging yourself deeper into a pit of pain. Stalking their social media isn't giving you closure. It's prolonging your suffering. It's like ripping up an open wound that's trying to heal. Maybe you're looking for validation, hoping that they're miserable without you, or maybe you're just torturing yourself by seeing them living their best life. Either way, you're not moving forward. You're chaining yourself to the freaking past. If you're constantly feeding your mind with images of your ex, you're never going to have the space to heal. Healing requires distance, both physical and emotional. You don't need to know who they're with or what they're doing. Trust me, their Instagram stories, they aren't your business. So what's the solution, you may ask? Block them, unfollow them, mute them if you have to. Do whatever it takes to put up that wall between you and their life. And no, it's not childish. It's self-preservation. Think of it as an act of love toward yourself. The Bible, it says in Colossians 3:2, set your minds on things above, not on earthly things. That means stop dwelling on what's behind you and focus on the future that's ahead of you. That's the only way to move forward, is to let go. And you can't do that if you're still glued to their highlight reels. And now that you've cut off the social media addiction, it's time to get real with yourself. Which leads me to number 2. Learn the lessons that this breakup has taught you. You got to understand that every breakup is a lesson, but only if you're willing to learn from it. Too many people walk away from a relationship empty-handed because they're too busy pointing fingers. But let me tell you, blaming others, it won't help you grow. You need to take a hard look in the mirror and ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Maybe you ignored red flags because you didn't want to be alone, or maybe you lost yourself in the relationship, sacrificing your dreams and your identity just to keep someone else happy. Or maybe you put up with the disrespect because you didn't value yourself enough to demand better. But this is where the real growth happens. Reflect on what went wrong. Not to dwell on the pain, but to equip yourself for the future. What patterns do you need to break? What boundaries do you need to set moving forward? This isn't about beating yourself up. It's about taking ownership of your part in the story so you can write a better one next time. Psalms 90:12 tells us, teach us to number our days that we may gain a heart of wisdom. God doesn't waste pain. He uses it to teach, to mold, and to grow us. Don't let this breakup leave you empty-handed. Take the wisdom it's offering you and use it to become a better version of yourself. Number 3, work on yourself. Now, here's the part where, you start reclaiming your time. Let's be honest. When you were in a relationship, how much of yourself did you put in the back burner? How many dreams did you put on hold? How much of your energy went into keeping the relationship afloat instead of investing in your own growth? Well, guess what? Now you've got time and it's time to take it back. So stop wallowing in self-pity and start rebuilding your life. Hit the gym, not just to look good, but to feel strong and confident. Take up that hobby that you've always wanted to try. Dive into your work or start that business that you've been dreaming about. This isn't about distracting yourself from the pain. It's about creating a life so fulfilling that the pain no longer has power over you. Reclaiming your time. It also means surrounding yourself with people who uplift you. You cut out the toxic friendships that keep dragging you back into negativity. You gotta build a circle of people who inspire you to grow and push you towards greatness. God says, "For I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you, not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." That's in Jeremiah 29:11. That means He's got big plans for you. But you've got to do your part. Use this time to build the foundation for the future that you deserve. Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room. What if they try to come back? What if they say they're sorry? What if they promise they've changed? It leads me to number 4. Don't fall for their apologies if they cheated or were abusive. Now, let me be crystal clear. If they cheated on you or abused you mentally or physically, they're sorry. It doesn't mean a damn thing. Cheating is a choice. Abuse is a choice. These aren't mistakes. They're betrayals. And no amount of sweet words or "I'm sorry" tears can undo that. If you take them back, you're telling them that it's okay to disrespect you. You're telling them that you're willing to settle for less than you deserve. And let me tell you something. You deserve so much more than that. Toxic people, they have a way of manipulating you into giving them another chance, second chance. They'll play the victim, they'll promise the world, but their actions speak louder than their words. Don't fall for it. The Bible warns us in 1 Corinthians 15:33, "Do not be misled. Bad company corrupts good character." God's telling you to cut them off because they're not part of the future that He has planned for you. You can forgive them if you need to, but understand that forgiveness doesn't mean reconciliation. Forgiveness is about freeing yourself from bitterness, not about giving them another shot at breaking you. And finally, and this is the most important step of all, number 5, you need to seek a relationship with God. This breakup, it might feel like the worst thing that's ever happened to you, but it's also an opportunity for something incredible. It's a chance to lean into God's wisdom and to trust His plan and let Him heal your heart. Too often we place all our hope and happiness in a human relationship, forgetting that no person can fill the void that only God is meant to fill. This is your time to reconnect with Him, pray, read the Bible and ask for His guidance. He's not just watching you go through this pain. He's using it to shape you, to grow you, and prepare you for something greater. The Bible says, "The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit." That means that you're not alone in this. And that was Psalms 34:18, by the way. I want you to understand that God sees your pain and He's walking through it with you, but you have to invite Him in. Let Him be, your anchor in the storm. Let Him remind you of your worth, your purpose, and your strength. You see, when you seek God, you'll find peace, and no breakup, no ex, and no heartbreak can take that away. So are you going to keep living in the shadows of this breakup, or are you going to step into the light of your future? Stop checking their social media. Learn from the lessons that this relationship has taught you. Reclaim your time and rebuild your life. Shut the door, on toxic people who don't deserve a second chance. And most importantly, lean into God. Lean into God and let Him guide you through this storm. This isn't the end of your story. It's the beginning of a new chapter, one where you rise stronger, wiser, and more confident than ever before. You've got this, and God has got you. If you enjoyed this video, then the YouTube algorithm suggests that you enjoy this one as well. And while you're here, don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll catch you on this video right here. Thanks for watching.